You're listening to Mystery Side Hustle, the number one place here on YouTube for all things for mystery shopping and how to get quick, fast cash when you need it the most. Make sure to check out our previous episodes on our podcast and also review our videos on our YouTube channel. Welcome back, my mystery hustlers. It's me, Shay, here again with another podcast episode on September the 4th. Happy Labor Day. Happy day off day, which extends your weekend. If you're not off, sorry. Hopefully, you're having a great day. But let's get into this podcast. You know my saying, just let it play, do what you do, but take this information and use it, remember it, share it if possible. But this information today, y'all, is going to be so detrimental. And for you, I want to say, please think about this. Please remember this because this is also very true, even if you're not a mystery shopper. The title of today's podcast is Schedulers, Drama, and Blackmail. And we know we can experience this in any field you're working in with other people. And today I had an encounter with a scheduler named Nikki Atkins from J M Ridgeway, which is a mystery shop company I did not do a mystery shop with in over 10 years. Like it's been like what, 2012 or 16 per. She, I guess, ran my email to figure out, because this was a situation, right? I contacted the owners and I was like, hey, do you guys have a referral program? Most mystery shop companies that I deal with and I talk to always say, hey, if you know anybody looking for mystery shopping, send them our way and we'll either give you like $5 or such for the referral. I rarely ever use it, but I was like, you know what? Let me try to do this because I want to do more for this podcast and for this channel. So let's try to get some money inside of here, right? So I contacted him. He was like, yeah, we definitely do it. $5, just have everybody who wants to sign up with us for your shops you post on your YouTube channel contact me. And I'm like, that's a lot. Like, I can't be like, hey, you guys, stop what you're doing, pull up an email and email this dude and tell him I submitted it for you. Like other companies are way ahead than what this company is. I think they're small and maybe they're just not set up for typical ways that people and companies advertise referral programs. So, I mean, that's the way it is for it. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I told them how I was working with other companies and what they did. But then here she comes sliding inside of my inbox with a very hostile type of introduction and asking all these questions about shops I didn't do 10 years ago and whatever, and I'm just completely floored. Now let me explain what an actual mystery shopper scheduler is if you haven't done a mystery shop yet, okay? And if you have, just remember this information, okay? So a mystery shop schedulers are responsible for finding mystery shoppers, scheduling the shops, and ensuring that they actually get everything done correctly and it's submitted on time to the client. I was going to become a scheduler at one point because I wanted to understand the other side before I came up here and started doing these podcasts and this YouTube channel for mystery shopping. But I understood the gist of it when I went through the interview process. I decided I didn't want to do it because they don't pay you a lot. Like you like it's I don't like the pay system for it. It was really bad. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do this. But anywho, with that understanding, a scheduler is paid based upon the shops you choose to accept for that scheduler. So if I ever run across Nikki Atkins, I will not schedule that shop. And I say to people, even though I had a bad experience, it doesn't mean I'm going to tell you to do the same thing. However, just be cautious because if you have, which I have experienced many times, I'm out doing a mystery shop, something happens. I'm emailing my scheduler, trying to call my scheduler, and they're coming back with this attitude like I'm bothering them, like they have an attitude problem, which makes the whole experience of being a mystery shopper unpleasant. And so I have many times said, you know what? Since you want to be a bud, I'm not going to do this shop. I'm walking away. So you deal with the aftermath of the shop not being done because you are not professional. And I have found many people talk about this on Reddit and other online forums. And I'm not understanding because boo boo, you get paid if I get this done. So it will behoove you to have your attitude checked. Whatever you're experiencing, don't put it in your email. Don't put it in your tone. Like, be professional. This is a business that you're representing. And I just was so turned off by her. And I told them I was going to make a video about this. I'm actually going to do a podcast episode because it's much more better. I like talking to you guys, woman to people, just mano y mano, like truthfully. And so I actually tagged the owner who I was originally emailing on the email as well. And do you guys know what she did? Guess what she did? She decided, even though I told her in the bottom of the email, do not email me back. She decided to, for the J M Ridgeway platform, give me a citation that says never reactivate. And I looked at that email and I just bust out laughing. You literally told me I have not done a mystery shop for your company since either 2012 or 2016. Why would I care that you have me deactivated? However, the one thing I will say that I thought about, but it's like, I have so many relationships with schedulers and companies. Her little self isn't going to interrupt anything I have going on. But she made it clear that she actually Googled or whatever she did, researched my email within another platform and saw all those many years ago as well that I flicked on a shop as well. Now you guys know I talked to you and I mentioned in some of my videos about what a flake is, citation. Pretty much if you say yes, I'm going to do a mystery shop and you don't do it, they give you a flake citation to warn any other scheduler for the company who have jobs like this shopper is a little iffy. We can't be like 100% sure. And that's what it is. Like, it can in the end of the day, what I realized, because I've done this in the beginning, I did this a lot because I was like, look, this is not enough money for me to be doing this. And the people at the place was just getting on my nerves. So I said, I'm not doing this. So I had a couple of flakes back in the day. Yes. Everybody's going to have a flake. I mean, it's what happens, especially when life happens. But back in the day when I was starting off, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really value it as much as I soon have done later on in life and what I do now, however. But I mean, it is what it is. It's life. That's like again, over 10 years ago. So when I had realized she stated I work for another mystery shop company as well, and you did it there, I'm like, okay, so now I need to make sure if I ever decide to do a shop that's out of my ordinary, I'm going to look for your name because I refuse to help put any money in your pocket, knowing the type of individual I experience in that email. Because I love to support people and I understood from many years ago as trying to be a scheduler myself, hey, when I do these shops, I need to make sure I'm doing it because these people are actually getting paid every time I do this shop correctly, quickly, and all this other stuff. So I'm going to work hard. And I've made many schedulers a lot of money because I'm always doing these really important and really, long type of questionnaires and all that stuff. I've been doing this for a while. And so now I'm like, I need to make people aware of schedulers to look out for because even if you had a scheduler that was so unhelpful, so rude, so disrespectful, most times they don't lose their job. Like many places. The company will look at it like, "Oh, well, do better next time," or they may give them a slap on the wrist. However, another person may come around. I've seen somebody on Reddit talk about a scheduler, and 18 other people talked about the same rhetoric of that scheduler, but they still work at that company. So it's like if people understand these individuals, one, it can help avoid them from dealing with them. And hopefully, by them getting less money in their pockets, because mystery shoppers know, look, we're on to you, mean lady, bad human. We're not going to help you get money in your pocket because you're definitely not supporting us and not giving us the attitude you should have in your position. So, Nikki Atkins at J M Ridgeway. When I find that other place she works at, I'm gonna definitely mention that as well because she deserves to receive the backlash. The same way the people right now are protesting in California for their rights with actors and writers. If you don't treat someone correctly, you should not be compensated because you should not receive any reward for your foul, bad, disrespectful behavior. Period. That's my position on that. Now, When it comes to blackmail, now depending upon the information of whatever they choose to share with other people, because just like any other type of niche, people communicate. People go to these conferences, they find other individuals, and they become a little community, right? So there may be email blasts, there may be conversation, text messages, or whatever to other people like, hey, I just dealt with this individual. She may even share my email just with other people. I don't care, because again, that company's shops are so lower tier than what I do. It doesn't matter to me. But if you choose to um do a mystery shop and you get into an altercation, whether it's verbal, email, the exchange is just off, be very mindful. If you definitely are new and you're getting your feet in the door and you want to work with more companies, because people are very vindictive, very, very vindictive. And you may be wondering why you're applying for these mystery shop jobs and you don't get them. However, most times when you are doing mystery shop jobs, it's self-assigned. So I have never experienced, even when I had a flake citation, that I lost the job. Like when I signed up for it, I got the job. Now they did email me like, hey, I see that you have a flake on here. Please let me know if you have any kind of issues or problems. I want to make sure we can get this done. Of course. I mean, I understand that you want to contact the person who literally holds the completion of what you have on your plate in their hands. And you want to be, supportive and helpful and just like, hey, I understand you may have had an issue in the past. No worries. Not going to hold it against you. Let's move forward. And I've actually received hero badges, which is when you come in and you save somebody from a shop that another person flaked on, and I went from having a flake citation to a hero badge for many companies when I did them years ago. And I was like, oh, let me go right ahead and try this new shop. And it was like, hey, you have a flake on your account. I'm like, oh, from what? I don't even remember that. It was like over 5 years ago. I don't know. Like, who remembers why they didn't do a mystery shop so many years ago? But the moral of this episode today is that I want you to just understand, we live in a society where people can hold your success in their hands and make it difficult for you to excel as a mystery shopper if they have the pull. I don't know this Nikki Atkins from J M Ridgeway at all. I've rarely, if ever, seen her name. I have never seen her name even on. I don't remember the shops I did for them back in the day. But I don't. Her name doesn't ring a bell to me. So she's not a lot. She's not in many shops or not in the companies that I work with. So I'm not caring about the situation. However, if you do see the name Nikki Atkins, just remember this podcast if you can, and assess whether you want to move forward based upon, okay, what will I receive communication wise from this person if I have an issue? If someone else have had an experience with them, it doesn't mean you will have one, but I always like to just know so that I can prepare myself and, have that information to make the best choice for myself, because I personally don't have time or the energy to sign up with schedulers that should not be a scheduler, that should not work with the general public, who can't understand and regulate their emotions or how to speak to people with proper email etiquette when they are having a conversation through email. Those type of things I don't want to deal with, because I dealt with it many times, as I said before, and I just walked away from the assignment because they were so unbearable. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, you're literally here to help me if I have a problem, yet you giving me this attitude like this is your job. Literally, you signed up for this. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But I just wanted to share that tidbit, because many, if not no one, talks about that, how these schedulers can pretty much blacklist you or sideline you with other companies. And I just want you guys to be prepared. You know me, I want you and everyone else who hears this podcast to be as in the know as possible. That's my goal, and that's why I'm making this episode today. So I hope it gave you a little bit of information. Plus, I'm going to be talking about other ways to make money besides from mystery shopping. I wanted to start off with just mystery shopping, but you guys have so many other ways to bring in that cash. So until next time, have a great one, and I'll see you on the next podcast episode of Mystery Side Hustle.